Hello, I'm Matthew Reeve-Arnold. I directed the short experimental film Static by Magic Hour Productions. My ambition was to create an experimental film that caused an audience response and made them realise how easily film can manipulate you and that visual and audio elements can manipulate you in different ways. This original idea came from the idea of illumination and how light affects our visual and audio information and how we get it. I knew that it would be a good idea to focus on my target audience as I'd had problems in the last unit. So I wanted to conduct 2 interviews and research a range of websites. So I conducted an interview with Elizabeth Reeve, and she went and told me about how she went and watched Psycho and the Birds at the cinema, and how they affected her and which elements affected her the most, because back then they had basic film elements. I spoke to James Garrett, and he is a director of a media company, and he gave me tips on filming and how to make it appropriate for my audience with different scenes. I also researched websites like the BBFC that gave me information about classification, and I discovered that my age range was 12A and 12+, which actually meant that I couldn't make a psychological thriller and had to change my idea to be a short film with elements of a psychological thriller, because psychological thriller, all of them are 15+, and for my audience they had to be a 12+. I also watched various films when looking at secondary research, such as Psycho, the Birds. I also watched a television series called Life on Mars, which gave me some surreal ideas to add into my production. The short film came out better than expected. All my other projects had been low part of this. This is one of the best pieces of work I've done, and it was much better than I considered it was going to be before. I believe this was because of how I strived to use past experiences to make my work better, and the way my team worked together to make this amazing product. I think also the planning behind each of the ideas and being able to scrap them and immediately gain new ones also contributed to how well the production came out. I'm actually allowed to put my short film and teaser trailer on HD Media's Facebook page, and James Garrett, he's allowed me to do that, and he said that he's got various companies who'd be interested in seeing it and would like to give their feedback. Hopefully this feedback will be constructive and allow us to change it for the better. Overall, I believe I've met the brief fully and worked professionally throughout, using past experience to improve on this unit, and with my planning ideas and considering audience opinions before my own ideas. Make sure that both me and my team stayed on track and kept to the restraints despite there being close calls. If I was given more time to do anything, I would have made it more unique and explored more emotions and responses from the audience.